Hey everyone, and hi everyone. Hope everyone can see this. If you end up watching live, welcome to my very random video on Andy Robertson. Basically, apologies first of all for the state of the screen. It's not great, unfortunately. I've just had my laptop taken in, so um, I'm hoping to get this sorted so I can do sort of more live streams. So sorry about the glare and everything. Let me see if I can make it a bit better. Right. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I just wanted to record and go live about Andy Robertson, basically. So we got information about 2 o'clock this afternoon, I believe, that Robbo was potentially in talks with Atletico Madrid for a move to Madrid, which was a excuse me, which was a bit of a shock to say the least. I mean, obviously we've just had the news about Florian Wirtz, which was super awesome. Was really really pleased with that on Friday, not Friday. Was it Friday? Yeah, Friday, Thursday, whenever it was. So we're all really pleased about that. And then this random news came in about Robbo potentially going to Madrid. So I don't think there's been any more news at the minute. So I'm just going to read the technology of my phone, what's happened as regards confirmation about it. So basically, Fabrizio Romano even has said the following. More on Andy Robertson and an Atletico Madrid exclusive story. Understand Robertson's keen on joining Atleti and initial talks have already started. Atletico consider Robertson as their priority as revealed, because Romano revealed it beforehand. And if I go to David Ornstein, I think he's put something quite similar. So yeah, this was 8 hours ago, so this would be half three or something like that. So David Ornstein has said Atletico Madrid weighing up move to sign Liverpool left back Andy Robertson. No formal talks yet between club or with the 31-year-old, but Theo Fernandez out of frame, plus Scotland international among options. Athletic considering at the Athletic after at Fabrizio Romano. So yeah. I've not heard anything from Gorsty or Paul Joyce just yet, but I don't think if Romano and Ornstein are reporting on it, that this is a coincidence. So, yeah, to be honest, it's hit me quite bad. This Andy Robertson's basically my favourite Liverpool player, and he has been for a very, very long time. Obviously, he joined from Hull in 2017, so he joined at the European Cup losing season. And yeah, it was weird at the start because basically Robbo didn't play for like the first 3 or 4 months because at the time Klopp would basically get people brand new into the squad. And then basically he would have them learn the ropes and follow all his guidelines, training methods, etc. Blah blah blah, and then he'd integrate them eventually after 3 or 4 months, just like he did with Fabinho to Nunes to a certain extent, and like various other players that were signed, Thiago, etc., etc. And we didn't really see Robbo until Christmas 2017, I think. Because I remember Moreno at the time had actually improved quite a bit, and he was like the first choice left back, and Robbo just wanted to get in the game. And then he came in, and he just never looked back, basically. So he had obviously had the Manchester City performance where, like, basically he ended up like Gagan pressing like the entire team. To the point where I think he got to, I don't know if Ederson was in goal at the time, it might have been Bravo, but I think it was Ederson. And it got to the point where he ran through the whole Man City side and then basically like nearly caused Ederson to like kick it at him. And I remember at the time, like, he got this massive round of applause from the cop. And that's where Andy Robertson came from. And he's just never looked back, basically. I mean, some of the things that he's done, I mean, obviously, he's a two-time Premier League champion. He's won the European Cup, 2 League Cups, FA Cup, World Club Championship, Community Shield, Super Cup, blah, 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 blah. Scotland's international captain. I mean, he's had like an absolutely fantastic career, and he's been one of the best, in my opinion, he's been one of the best signings we've ever made. And yeah, I'm struggling to process this at the moment. And I know he wasn't great last season, but I was always under the impression that Milos Kerkez would come in, and that Kerkez would come in, and then Robbo would be sort of alternating with him. So I thought Robbo would play like European Cup, and Kerkez would be, I don't know, he'd be in the league side, and then Robbo would maybe play a few cup games, and they'd alternate it, and then eventually they'd phase Robbo out in like a year, maybe 18 months or something like that, and then maybe I don't know, I just thought like maybe he'd go to Celtic or something, and that he'd get his big send off, and that we'd all be able to say goodbye and thank you, Andy. And I think that's what hurts a lot. And this is, I'm not having a go at Robertson at all. If he wants to leave, look, he's been magnificent for the football club, so he's got every right if he wants to leave. I mean, we still don't know if there is going to be a deal. I mean, I'm personally hoping that Slot talks for Robertson, and that he ends up staying. That's just, I know it's very, very selfish on my part, but I'm just not really ready to say goodbye to Andy, because he's been so good for Liverpool, so good. I mean, some of the things he's done, like I remember when he scored against Aston Villa with that header when we were like 1-0 down at Villa Park on the 88th minute, and then Sadio Mane obviously gets the winning goal. And yeah, there's just like so many things that Roberts. I mean, the cross against Manchester City. So that was a week later actually, when he just played in this like amazing cross straight into Mo, right on his head, and it was like, still to this day, it's probably one of the best crosses I've ever seen. And obviously he's done so much for the football club, and I am just struggling a little bit. I really would have liked Robbo to have gone out to, like, you know, the big full reception like Bobby got and everything. And it just seems very unfair that we're not going to get to say goodbye to him. I mean, like I said, from a selfish point of view, like I said, if Andy wants to leave, and obviously Atletico Madrid is a boss football club at the end of the day, it's a great opportunity for him. If he's going to be first choice left back and he's not going to be, if Kerkez turns up, then I can fully understand why he wants to leave. But at the same time, basically, I'm just going to miss the bloke so much. I think it's just because he's like, not all of us, but he's one of us, isn't he? He's like just a proper down to earth working class lad. He obviously put out that tweet many years ago when he was like, "I need a job" or something like that, and I don't know what the tweet was, but it was something on the lines of being broke at this age is not fun. And it was just how a lot of us would feel and everything, and then just going from where he was, I think at Queen's Park, I might be wrong about that, and then going to Hull, basically being relegated, then coming to Liverpool was basically someone that no one really knew, and to carve out the career that he has done. I mean, I even remember, I think probably the funniest things that Robbo's done are against that header, the Merseyside derby, which broke the deadlock after like 55 minutes or something like that, in what would have been the quadruple season. And then the hilarious time when he, like Jordan Pickford, tried to get the ball off him, and Robbo basically just laughed in his face and nearly ended up causing a riot. He's such a funny bloke as well. Just some of the things he's done. I remember when Gakpo first signed, and he was introduced himself to everyone, and Robbo just looked at him, and Van Dijk was in the room at the time, and he was just like, "Oh, it's nice to have a decent Dutch player now." And he just looked at Van Dijk and smiled. So yeah, just great memories of him. Like I said, I'm not going to waffle on too much. This is just to get it off my chest, basically. But I am quite upset if Robbo is going to leave. Like I said, if he does want to leave, and it's a great opportunity for his family and everything, that's absolutely fine. The fee doesn't matter at all to me. If it's 7 million, whatever. If it's free transfer, Robbo deserves it. I don't think the club make it difficult because he's been a fantastic server, and neither should they as well. What is interesting, that I only clocked this just before I came on, is that he'd be going up against Trent next season in the Madrid derby. I mean, if you'd have told me that like 2 years ago, like Andy Robertson would be Atletico Madrid's first choice left back and Trent Alexander-Arnold would be Real Madrid's first choice right back, I would have laughed in your face. But it's going to be the Trent Robbo derby potentially next season, which is just mad to think about, really. So yeah, that's all I really wanted to say, folks. To be honest, so this will be on the Liverpool Story podcast, which I do. So it'll be like an emergency podcast. So it won't be like because I'm on it. I've just done episode 4. Episode 5 is out next week, so I'm going to do one for like the opening of the Premier League fixtures. So that'll be dropping on Wednesday. So this is just like a bonus / emergency podcast, I suppose. All I really wanted to say before I went off live is I'm sure Andy Robertson won't see some random fat bloke doing a live stream on me, but I just want to say to Andy, you've been awesome for the football club. You've been an absolutely magnificent servant. You're an absolutely top bloke, and I will probably speak on behalf of all the Reds that if Andy you do go, we'll all miss you so much. And yeah, I don't want you to go, but if it's what's best for you and what's best for your family, then obviously my best wishes to you, and you're always welcome back at Anfield, and you are a true legend, and you're the best left back I've ever seen play for this football club. I've been supporting Liverpool for 35 years, and Andy Robertson is the GOAT of left backs at this club. If I did an 11 from the time that I supported Liverpool from 1990 to now, Andy Robbo would be the left back of choice. Simple as that, basically. So, like I said, we haven't had confirmation on anything yet, but Romano and Ornstein have both said that there are potential talks going on. I read somewhere, I don't know if it was from Lewis Steele, that Andy was keen on going as well. I can't honestly remember if it was Lewis Steele or someone else, so I apologise if I've got that wrong. But it does sound like there's something to this. And as regards Liverpool themselves, I actually don't know what that means in practice, because if Kirkes comes in, does Tsimikas stay? Because I always thought out of Robbo and Tsimikas that Costi would go first. But obviously, if Robbo's going first, then presumably Arna would want to keep Kostas Tsimikas. If he doesn't want to keep Kostas Tsimikas as well, I mean, what are we doing? Are we getting another backup left back? Is he going to try and convince Joe Gomez to stay and play as left back? But if you're relying on Joe, who, he's just not match fit. He's just not fit at all. It's not obviously Gomez's fault. But are you really going to rely on Joe Gomez to be Kirkes' backup? Could you play Endo there, maybe? I'm not, excuse my ignorance, but I'm not entirely sure if Owen Beck's a left back or a right back. Maybe you can bring Owen Beck back, because he's just had the loan spell, I think, at Blackburn, maybe? I'm not too sure. Or do you just go and buy another left back with the profits that you've got for Andy Robertson? Honestly, it's just blown my mind. Basically, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I always just thought, like I said, that Robbo would be the second choice to Kirkes, and that he would fill in for like Champions League, League Cup, FA Cup, and then eventually Kirkes would be the outright number one. Then Robbo would leave, and then we'd have a new young left back at some point. But if he is going to leave, honestly, I don't know what that means, to be honest. I suspect we'd probably buy a new left back and still let Kostas go, but I could be wrong about that completely. So, yeah, it's just been a bit of a shock. It's been very, just very shocking news, because out of all the people that were leaving, I was not expecting Andy Robbo to be the person that would leave. But yeah, like I just said a minute ago, just if you are going, Andy, just all the best. You're an absolute gent. You've been an absolute star for this football club. And if this is it, I just want to say thank you for everything you've done for the football club. And you are just an absolute legend, mate. So if you are going, best of luck. And hopefully you'll be back one day soon at Anfield. That's all I can say, really. But like I said, I am really just hoping that this is not going to happen and Andy Robbo stays, because I think we all really would like to say goodbye to him. Even if he could leave, I don't know, in the January transfer window or something, if we could just say goodbye, like we said goodbye to Bobby and like we said goodbye to Wijnaldum and this, that, and the other, because at the end of the day, he's one of our most important players for the last 10 years, I would say, in my opinion. So it would be nice just to have murals, just basically thanking him. And but yeah, if we don't get to do it, we don't get to do it. So yeah, that's all I really wanted to say, folks, to be honest. So thank you for those of you who've watched the stream. Like I said, I'm really sorry about the state of the stream. I admit it is absolutely hopeless. Like I said, I'm hoping to get a good grief. I'm hoping to get a new laptop fairly soon, so I'm going to start doing more of this stuff live. So hopefully this will be better. So thank you for bearing with me. Just to say, this will be, like I said, this will be available as a podcast on YouTube Podcasts, and that's at a Liverpool story on Geek Boy Meta. So just if you want to listen to this instead as a podcast, feel free to do so. But it'll also be available on Liverpool. It'll be available on my videos. So that's Geek Boy Meta does Liverpool, because basically I've got a load of sections on my channel. So I cover horror, comic cons, wrestling, Liverpool, obviously. I've got a football stadium one that I do as well, Pride, etc., etc. You just go and check out the channel if you want to. That's fine. If you're not interested in all that, I just do Liverpool as well. So yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's about it, really. Oh, before I head off, if any of you are comic book geeky type people, I'm going to be at Leeds Comic Con tomorrow afternoon, and there'll be a vlog and shorts about me going around comic cons and this, that, and the other. Like I said, I've got a comic con section, so if you want to check that out, it'll be up about 8 o'clock tomorrow night. In terms of Liverpool, like I said, I'm gonna try and do this live on Wednesday if I can do. I've got a family thing, so I'm not sure if I can. But I'm going to try and do the Liverpool Story podcast either live or reacting just after the fixtures have come out on Wednesday, because the fixtures for the Premier League are released on Wednesday. I think it's like 9 o'clock. If I'm here, I'll try and do a live stream when the obviously the fixtures come through, and then we can go through and see who Liverpool have got. You would imagine Florian Wirtz will be tied up by that point, maybe, because we should be out of this ridiculous transfer window thing. Guessing Kirkes might be next week, maybe the week after. So yeah, it might be might be a very, very entertaining week, this one coming up, hopefully. So yeah, that'll be on Wednesday morning, and if I don't do it live, then it'll be as a podcast later on Wednesday night or something, I don't know. And if I can't do it Wednesday, it'll be later on the week. Anyway, cool. So thanks everyone for watching. Hoping to do a few more of these live streams at some point. And like I said, just to finish again, if he is going, just want to say thank you to Andy Robertson. Like I said, absolute gent, star, one of the best players that's ever played for this football club, in my opinion. And if you are going, mate, we're all going to miss you. And yeah, I just wish you every success, because you are an absolute star, mate. Yeah, that's about it, folks. So I'll see you all later on the channel. Like I said, I'll be at Comic Con tomorrow, and I've got a couple of other wrestling things next week. So yeah, just keep an eye on the channel. Please like and subscribe. Again, sorry about the quality of the video. I am working on it, I promise. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching, and I will see you all soon. Up the Reds.